being in the Army for 8 years, you'll learn that Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays are definite run days.
Definitely.
You definitely know you're going to be running. You're going to be running for some miles. So if you hate it, you're going to learn to love it. So when I got out, I wanted to continue that. I didn't want to lose it. So I continued to run. I get involved in 5Ks. And when I'm doing my boxing, I put on a timer, 2-3 minutes. Something I developed in wrestling, and I will literally just go at the bag. And in between my breaks, I'm doing exercises. So your stamina eventually gets, it picks up, and you're burning, and at the same time, you're, burning stress too,
Definitely, man. So definitely combat sports is a definite stress reliever. All right, so before we really get into this interview, I'd like to start the conversation off with 3 questions. Answer them how you feel like. Everybody answers them differently. Question number 1. What's the motion?
The motion is fitness. Fitness and health, but I want to do it in a different way. Because everybody knows fitness that's into it. So me, I want to be able to, help out athletes. Most athletes work out already, but what are they doing in the off seasons? Most people in the off seasons are off. Where do most sports injuries happen?
Right.
Because you taking time off in the off season.
Right.
So you
You're
already
off your
know.
game for real.
Right. You're off your game. So it's like you already know how to work out, but you need structure. These young athletes, they need structure. Even the pro athletes need structure. That's what fitness trainers are for.
That's
to
true.
give you structure.
I definitely agree with that, and we're gonna get more into structure because we both are in the military.
Yeah.
All right, next question. What's the culture?
The culture for me is like, I love that warrior feeling, the feeling of being a warrior. I think that's why I was drawn into the military. That's why I played college football. That's why I played high school football. That's why I do wrestling, because I love to compete. I love that combat feeling. So that's the culture I want to bring. That's the culture that I want my athletes' mindsets to be set to.
Warrior culture. There you go. All right. What's the business?
The business.
Yeah.
The business is online fitness training. We're getting away from in-person training, okay? In-person training it's not where it's at now in 2026. Technology has evolved. Okay, it's not hard for someone to go online and find a workout, but you're never going to find that coach that can be online in your pocket at all times to continue to push you when you need pushed.
You definitely need push. Number 1, you said it best. You said, all right, you're a wrestler in competition.
Right.
So it's like, number 1, I don't know what weight you wrestled in high school. What weight you wrestled?
I wrestled at 189.
189. Competitive weight.
Competitive weight.
Very competitive.
But for the most of the time, I hated trying to make weight. So I always wrestled up. I wrestled light heavyweight because I was faster and strong. But I will say, one of them fat boys get on top of me, it's over. So I had to really train myself and really mentally set myself up not to get on the bottom, okay?
Right.
So you got to really mentally prepare yourself to wrestle up that
Wrestling's
way.
a mental game.
Yeah.
At least for me.
Definitely, it's all mental.
It is. Because you pretty much have to push past, like, your will.
The training for wrestling is crazy.
For me, it was worse than basic training.
Yeah, it was. That's why I knew I was ready.
Basic was easy.
I was ready for it.
High school wrestling. The military got you on this.
Boy's gonna be suck or win, not
me.
And
we was talking about that too, right? In basic training, how we had like fight night and stuff. That. And that's just a thing for those listening. If you have friends or family in the military, when the drill sergeants weren't looking, we were taking out all our aggression on each other, whooping each other's ass.
Getting it in. Drill sergeant say, "How you get down on your face?" Or you tripped into a wall or something.
Right. But you know what? That was important, at least, because I went at like 18, bro. I was like, I was drilling at like 17, like my last year in high school.
Right,
so
right.
I was going to drills. I was even a junior recruiter. So getting getting into the military right after high school and getting that structure and that discipline, that stayed with me. And
Right.
I see it in like soldiers just in passing.
Right.
You know, I know sometimes, you know, a lot of times, you know, we may suffer from things like psychological stuff. You know, I got PTSD and other issues.
Right.
I know drinking was one of those.
Yeah, me too.
Working out, we talked about that. And we talked about how that was therapy for you.
Right. So, I mean, being in the military definitely can be a lot on your mental, plus the outside world on top of that. So, I mean, being in the Army, we was able to cope with it differently. But now we're on the outside, you know, they want to send you to the VA. They want to pump you up with drugs and
Right.
this and that, therapy and all. Well, one, I'm a vegetarian, and I believe, and I'm into fitness. So how can I be a fitness training coach and I'm, you know, drugged up on all these drugs and stuff? I got to be able to talk the talk and walk the walk. So my therapy is fitness. You know, I bring my gym is inside my house. So my garage is my gym. My cars I don't park my cars in my garage. I park my weights in there. I park everything I need for therapy. When I'm having a bad day, I'm strapping up, putting on them gloves, I'm banging out on that heavy bag.
My guy.
Okay?
Definitely, man.
And I'm always constantly training. I'm always constantly training, just like the same way we was waking up for 8 years training.
Right.
I never wanted to lose that. So
And you know, it's awesome too, because the heavy bag becomes, for me, you know, hey, the heavy bag is now limiting beliefs.
Right.
And I finna go whoop the shit out of all those limiting beliefs.
Yep.
You know,
Absolutely.
the heavy bag is my, you know, projection of all the things that I want to get rid of.
Right.
It's like, you know, at least for me, it's
Yeah.
like the demons,
Right.
you know, right there, and just go to work on them, bro.
And it
You know,
feels so good when you release it. You feel better.
Exactly. And you touched on a very important pain point, right? Again, therapy through fitness,
Right.
and talked about how having access to you in your pocket, right? As far as like with technology, and you bringing your programs to an online community,
Right.
So, what can we look for in the future? Is there an app coming out? Is there an online course?
Okay, so future
Channel?
If you go to my Instagram, it's Coach_Jamar_LLF. You go there, click on the link. The link's in the bio. And this app is only set up for invite only. So you send me a DM, or you can go into the app yourself and set it up. But I'd like to rather you just send me a DM and I send you a personal invite, because again, I want to know, I don't want just want your money. I want to know that you want to do this. This is a commitment, and that, you know, you already have the willpower to do it. You just need guidance, and that's me as a coach. I'm gonna provide you guidance.
Willpower, commitment, and guidance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask you, which do you need first? Do you need commitment, or do you need willpower? In your opinion?
In my opinion, you need the willpower. 'Cause once you get the willpower and you set that program up, then you're gonna show me that you have the commitment. One, you're paying for it. So why do you want to throw your money away? Okay. Two, you still want to have me in your ear, but at some point, when I realize you're not serious or you can't be committed, I don't want to just take your money. I want to lead leaders. I want to turn you into a leader. That's my goal.
A leader. That's very important, man. That's a very, very admirable goal. And let's talk about this topic: leaders, soldiering, and we share the same uniform, right? With brothers who are not necessarily the same skin color as us. I remember my battle buddy. He was from Iowa. He said he has never seen a black person in real life.
I've met some guys like that too,
right.
man. I'm like, what?
There was a time where I did feel that separation. Like, even though I'm a soldier in the same uniform as these gentlemen right here, I'm a black soldier, and I'm kind of not looked at as like equal.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you ever experience anything like that?
Yes, and I think for all people of color who are in the military, I mean, yes, there's racism everywhere, even with the uniform there is, okay? But, you know, you'll start to experience even more based on, you know, what you do, like what's your job or what's your rank and things like that. And it's funny, although you do experience the racism and things like that, when it comes to the mission and getting things done, that stuff goes right out the window.
It does.
Because you're trying to just get through this suck. You know, I had a drill sergeant once told me, look, soldier, it's going to suck. It's going to fucking suck. So embrace the suck. And so you start to learn to embrace the suck, put your differences to the side, and get through the mission. Because at the end of the day, we all want to go back home so that we can do whatever the hell we was doing before we got there.
Yeah, coming back home is very important, brother.
Yes.
Coming back home is definitely important, man. Just preparing yourself. We talked about willpower. We talked about commitment. Joining an organization like the military, like the Army.
Well, I went in at 26, so I was a little bit more older than the average guy that goes in at 18 years old, you know. So I already had some life experiences already. I already went to college, and then life just happens. And going to the military was the last thing on my list that I wanted to do. But I figured, you know what? I was always an athlete. You know, I wrestled. I'm always a team person.
Right.
So that seemed like the right thing to do. And the hardest thing for me was to sign my name on the dotted line. That was the hardest part.
That contract, yeah.
The contract. You look at that thing,
that
and I
contract.
still didn't read that thing to the fullest.
I don't even think I truly understood everything that was in that contract.
I did not read that thing to the
That
fullest.
young.
And because of that, because of the military, I read all my documents now.
Yeah, definitely.
MOS was 91 Charlie, and that was HVAC. So a lot of you know that HVAC is a pretty good high-paying job on the civilian side, especially if you live in a place like Florida. Okay, so before I went in, I didn't want to just go in and do anything. I made sure I asked the drill sergeant, what is something I can do on the outside once I get out? So I knew I wasn't going to be a lifer. Okay, so if you ever decide you want to go, please make sure that you can do something that can transfer onto the outside. And then being in the Army all you can be, I was able to change my MOS and become a surgical technician as well. So that's what I was able to do on the civilian side, and I love that job.
Surgical technician, man.
Yes.
How those skills like just transferred over and stuff. Yeah, the military does provide you with like elite programs and just access
Right.
to things right now. We also spoke about you know how AI was entering into the workspaces,
Yes.
and how it affects you in your current space.
Yeah.
Let's pivot. AI and fitness.
Okay.
So how is AI being combined now in the fitness industry?
AI. Okay, I love this topic because a lot of people are worried about AI taking over the fitness industry, which you can let it, or you can, if you can't beat it, I always say join it. So I like to use AI as a partner. You know, it's my partner. I have these little AI workers that work with me. They're my employees, and they help me with everything when it comes to specialized workouts and things like that. Have them look over a workout program for me. They help me find workout programs that set me aside and make, you know, different from other people for my competitors and things like that. So AI can be good if you embrace it and you know how to use it. But
Right.
if you're someone that's clueless to it, I feel sorry for you.
So you think using AI in the fitness industry, has it given you an edge over other trainers?
It has, because a lot of these programs out here are ran by AIs already, okay? And me doing my research, I found out that online fitness is taking over the industry. There's online trainers that's making $10,000, $20,000 a month. They're not even inside of a gym. Okay? What I like is that AI can't do, they cannot bring you that personable touch. So yes, I use AI to help me and to make my programs better, but me as a coach, I still keep that personal touch whenever I'm talking to you in your ear or face to face. AI can't do that.
Right. No, definitely. It's called a personal trainer, so it's
Right.
a level of like interpersonal.
You still need that personal one-on-one
Interacting.
somehow, some type of interaction.
Right. Yeah, because you know what, a coach is also there to like inspire.
Inspire.
I don't necessarily know if an AI program has the ability to inspire. I know it has the ability to inform, and it even has the ability to.
It has the ability to clone too.
You said clone?
Clone. You can take AI, take my face,
Truth.
and have the AI talk for
AI
me.
clones, correct.
You know, you could talk for me, and it still look like me, but you will not be able to feel me. You won't be able to feel what I'm saying to you. You won't be able to feel the excitement or the sympathy or empathy.
Got it.
AI can't give empathy.
The
You know,
empathy part.
a lot of my students that I train, they call me personally, and you might have a bad week, or you know, you're having a bad week at school, GPA slipping, and I'm able to give them real life lessons that I've been through to pass down to them on what they need to do to buckle down.
Definitely. So yeah, that's where the coaching like, because you know what, human interaction is about relatability and experience.
Right.
You know what I mean? So as a human, humans understand failure.
Right.
So we can convey failure easier and a lot with more clarity, right?
Correct.
With each other. Yeah, I don't know how advanced AI will become, but I don't know if it could ever really like express what it's like to lose a loved one or a parent or something like that. You know what I
AI
mean?
will never be able to have feelings. They will never be able to have emotion. So there will always be a sense of loss of connection.
You know, it's crazy too, bro. So a while ago, I really got in with like ChatGTP, as far as like just really understanding how programming and generative AI was working, and speaking to it, it started to speak to me back in the way I would talk to it, and then I
Right.
caught myself engaging with it,
Right.
as if it was something. Then I realized it was also me engaging my imagination,
Right.
because it's still an algorithm.
Right.
Very clever algorithm.
Yes. It is very clever.
Very, very, very clever.
It's taking all of our ideas that we're punching in, and it's going to try to use it against
Right.
us.
It's learning.
Yeah.
It's definitely learning.
Yeah.
Using it as a let's say like augmented intelligence, like a thinking partner.
Yeah.
Right. So I can see how, you know, even with myself, because I do personal training when I start for certain clients, more so in the fight, like fight category. I'm sorry, not fight category. Fight choreography.
Right.
Aspect of it, but it's helped me come up with some decent training regimens.
Oh yeah.
Like it, you know what it did? It helped me organize.
Right. And that's what I love about the AI. It helps with organization, and it really cuts my timing down.
Correct.
So for me to write a 12-week program with AI, man, I can write a 12-week program in 30 minutes or less versus a couple hours.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
You
it's
know.
efficiency.
Right.
What did the military teach us?
And everything I can do,
Efficiency.
I just scan over and make sure that, you know, all right, AI's on point. I give my professional touch to it, and boom,
There you go.
rocking and rolling.
There you go. There you go, brother. Closing thoughts. All right. Where do you see your business? We're at the top of January 2026. Where's your coaching business? Top of January 2027.
Oh, good question. I like this. This time next year, I see myself, my business, one, partnered and networked up with other coaches and trainers, because I want to build a team. You can't do this by yourself. And sponsors. So I really see myself very successful because I'm doing something different. That's what it's about, moving different.
Well, brother, from soldier to soldier, man, you have my support. And thank you for your service, man.
And thanks for your support, and thanks for your service as well.
My God. Hey.
We out.
All right.